everybody's ready. We shall go. That should work. Please tell me it works. It's not working. Please.
White screen.
There we go.
Oh yeah, we're in.
That works. God
We're
damn.
good to go. So it'll be interesting to see. I think coming for attacking bans, I think Ace is a very potent one on Villa. There's a lot of long hot runs you have to cross. It's gonna be the Thatcher taken away, so a very standard ban. Coming out from Delta on their defense first, so it makes sense to remove that kind of denial. Kali is still very effective on this map. There are a lot of long angles you can hold, especially from outside of study and outside of the master bedroom windows, which are where the walls that you're looking to get opened up are. Let's see what mindset choose to take away. The Capital. So that is that flexible operator with the smokes, the asphyxiation bolts. And he also has the new hard breach gadget, which I don't think is going to be fundamental in any team's play, but I think it's, you know, it's something that is there as an option for teams to make the most of. And there's the mirror being taken away. Very popular on that aviator site, just because you can open up, you have the wall set out into the study room, which gives you a lot of control of study, where attackers would like to open up those walls and try and look to push in. And a lot of flexibility. And this smoke, very interesting ban, this smoke coming out.
I've not seen a smoke ban before.
It's played a lot. I do believe it was G2 banning smoke on a consulate game against Empire. And it was, and I do believe they won that game closely. But that was at a time when Mozzie had the shotgun, so they were able to fill that sort of replacement, which you put the Mozzie in the lineup and you have a similar sort of operator loadout. Very interesting to see. We're seeing the mute come out instantly, and it's actually a trophy stat you hold on this off the start. The Finker being swapped onto the Montaigne, so the Montaigne shield is going to be quite difficult for the defenders to deal with. They can't find a way to get around it. They only have, well, it depends if Young chooses to bring the shield instead of the Nitro Cell, but a lot of Valkyrie players choose to bring the Nitro Cell, whether that's for better or for worse. But the Wire will have the shield for certain. The shields in places like the bathroom door or the main door can really cause a problem and force out an explosive to be used before the Montaigne can successfully continue with his push going in. There's also the ace here on the side of MsG, so that's that hard breacher. You can actually land the you can land those is it Selma charges?
Selma.
I used to call them Salewas.
Salewas.
Yeah, those like the heal packs in Tarkov.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know why. They're like these little red first aid bags, but I kept calling them Salewas for a long time.
10 seconds left.
How's the quality of the stream, by the way?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
5 seconds remaining.
Nice quality.
Rating out
If
of
you
10.
have all stars, rating out of 10.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Give it a solid 9.
Alright, good.
Oh.
Because you're seeing the same quality as the actual stream.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, no, it looks good. I'm seeing the whole roster going for a long take from the study side. Sloomy on the Nomad rocking the Fnatic weapon skin on the AK. No longer available in game, but you know. And there's the Monty, who has the hard breach gadget, choosing to take that instead of the smokes. Interesting choice. Don't know if from this sort of a take how they'll be using that, but then you never know. They could find a way to make it very effective. And the Monty instantly putting a lot of pressure on the Jaeger, who's forced to back away. Young and Sharp are in positions to help deal with it. Pulling back, jumping onto the Yana, who had a grenade in hand, and that's going to be the first casualty of the match, with the Reggie going down. The frag grenade being dropped as the Yana fell. Wasn't able to quite catch the Jaeger, and then ran into the living room. And that's the leg of Montaigne being found. A lovely little shot from Sharp, bringing Spicy down to 50 HP. But Anx is coming in, doing a little bit of poke at the side, but can't quite find his target. Pre-firing through the drone hole, doing a bit of damage to both the Bandit and the Mute, but will quickly be taken out before he can stand up again by Young. But the Mute will be injured in the meantime, from another long angle. All-Stars Rome finally paying off as he's been unaware. They're unaware of his presence in the back, and it's now down to Sloomy in the 1 versus 5. Quite a bit of damage onto Yeti Eater, but otherwise everyone else is looking pretty well sustained. And that's a lovely shot from All-Star. the 416C coming in absolutely wonderful in that long angle, competing with the best of the best. The AK isn't the best, but you know, it's alright at the longer ranges, but that 417 is just lethal.
A first round flawless though?
Yeah, I mean, if it sets the tone, you could be looking at a very interesting game. Now I'm going to run it back with the same lineup. It'd be interesting to see how they can make the best use out of the Yana gadget, as I don't think they were actually able to use the Geminis very effectively at getting very close, as the Jaeger was able to drop the Yana very quickly on with that vault down from Trophy through the middle. But it'd be interesting to see how this changes. They're choosing to stick with it. No team making any swaps. It's nice to see them Luzi coming out, especially if they expect a Montaigne to return, and it was shown to them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Interesting to see how they make the most use of these Malusi gadgets. The wub wubs.
I should probably mute the music. Lol.
Just an extra vibe, isn't it? Just vibing out to the music while watching the game.
Seconds left.
It's a nice placement on the Malusi gadget there, because it's going to be a little bit awkward as they walk out through the door, but I don't know if the pillar's actually going to block it a little bit too much to make it very effective on people who are peeking through the door, but when they start to push into that corridor, it's going to be lethal. But that's a team kill coming on very early on to Yeti Eater. Well...
Hang on. What happened? Oh,
it might be
uniform.
Skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Well, the gentleman's agreement. Well, the rules, but you know, same thing really. The purple shield quickly being marked out. They do have a decent amount of explosives. I mean, the Selma charges from the ace can actually take out the purple shields, which is, I feel like, something that was talked about a lot when he was first kind of revealed that his gadget had that potential. That's very close to finding Yana early on twice in a row. But instead, Shark's going to be forced out of sight. Anx coming in with that lovely shot to the floor, nearly catching Storm out. But it will be Anx caught out himself by the bandit, who is now backed up into the art studio corridor, coming up towards red stairs now. The frag grenade coming in. I believe that was to remove a Malusi gadget, but I could be mistaken. They have an angle onto the player on 90. That is all-star on Jaeger. As they removing the magnets now. I'm just going to look to try and set up, but they haven't been able to remove these bandit charges too early on. And bandit with a double kill. That's the Yana going down now. Okay, so that's Yana gone. And this is another round where we're not really seeing the full potential from these Geminis. That's another lovely shot from Bandit. Longed in with a triple kill on the round. He's going to try and contest this Nomad, who's using Montaigne's shield as a little bit of a window. Oh, and that's going to be Sloomy going down, leaving Montaigne in a 1 versus 4.
Oh my god.
This is technically 2 flawless rounds.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Because technically, well, it was a team kill on the Maestro. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But we are still yet to have someone from MsG find a kill. And they are not going to be allowed to put Yeti Eater on the Maestro now, which, you know, could impact the rest of their defenses, but they'll have to be hoping that it doesn't. The Pulse coming out. Very strong operator on this site. the vertical control is very important for the attackers on the site, as you can see by the introduction of the sledge in place of the Yana. It's a good change up. You do need that extra vertical destruction.
There is a
So you
lot
can
of
try
wood
and-
up here, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is all wood. The only thing here that isn't wood is the closet. Everything else is destructible. And
Well, I
the
mean,
little bit, yeah,
the
this little bit here,
entrance.
walking into Trojan.
Yeah.
10 seconds to
Statuary,
insertion.
sorry. But with that much, when you have that much vertical
5 seconds
destruction that looks over most of, if not all, the site, including all the key anchor spots
Attackers
and all the
must
key
locate
hard
and
spots,
defuse a bomb.
it's just so critical to bring. You'll even see teams bring the sledge and the buck, as well as multiple sets of breaching charges, just to get the job done.
Heartbeat sensor deployed.
They have expanded into Memorial Room, which I think is the correct way to play it out, but they haven't given themselves a rotate in and out, so it will just be the use of the door that they'll be using.
Heartbeat sensor deployed.
Quickly droning out and sending the Montaigne in again. Be interesting to see how Delta, who have dealt with the Montaigne spectacularly twice, can continue to keep that up, or if MsG are going to change how they're using their pushes and have the coordination come in a little bit more effectively to remove the roaming defenders. But the Mozzie swings right past the Montaigne and nearly takes him out very early on. He is very lucky to be alive. So that is the Bandit and the Mozzie coming through. The missed shots from the Nomad's AK, allowing Young to fall back to 90 corner. But this is the main top floor control that you normally want to have accomplished. Monty now continuing to push up on this Mozzie with the support of the drone. He's going to go with the pistol, but why would you? There's no need. Let him fall back.
Surveying for hostiles.
That was a very dangerous thing to do.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Especially with the sound of like the Monty's shield. Definitely
Yeah, I mean,
gives you
there's just a massive sound cue. There's no like you have the ground. You have a Nomad. You can set up the air jabs on both of the doorways if you need to secure that area and have someone pay attention. That is a lot of damage going to be done onto Yeti Yeeta on the pulse. And this is the vertical destruction that we were talking about. You've got the breaching charges on the Zephyr as well as some concussions and just the hammer of sledge. There's the first Nomad air jab coming to pay off. And that will be a kill secured by Axe, but they do not know that there's another one upstairs. The Jaeger will actually swing up onto the Zephyr, removing her from play. And there's the Bandit that was undetected, but now the non-ankle being held by the MsG. A quick swing, though, from Sharp on the Wamai is going to take down the only hard breacher on the lineup, leaving Sledge in a 1 versus 4.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
The wall has been opened. It's going to give Sledge a
seconds to go.
little bit of an opportunity, but with 15 seconds on the clock, Dormai looking the wrong way. He peeks down, but the Jaeger swings back and gets the final kill, and that's going to be 3 rounds in a row on the board for Delta Esports. So, now having won the 3 primary sites, we see the Dormai fall abruptly.
definitely winning 3 times in a row just proves the prominence on defense.
And they've just looked at class above. There's nothing more to say. I mean, I think it's been interesting how they're trying to use this Montaigne. I think Montaigne's a fantastic operator, especially on this map, just for being able to clear a lot of space and push back defenders very aggressively, because you need to take the ground quickly. We saw from the Jaeger in the first round, if you're not properly covering your flanks, the Jaeger
Attackers need to
jumped down in
locate and
between the 2
defuse
sides
bombs.
and rotated back up the red stairs and was able to find a double on the round. And so, if you're not acting quickly, you can be caught out by those flankers a lot early. And the Montaigne really allows you to clear out a map at a lot faster rate, because rather than droning and then having to have the droner catch up, he effectively is your front line. You have a drone with him just to keep him safe, and then you have that third player just following up with their gun, just ready to take on anyone in the 1v1 gunfight, with the support of the Montaigne giving you a near perfect information.
10 seconds
Just
remaining.
not being utilized as effectively as I feel like it could be.
5 seconds to go.
Definitely.
Attackers are moving out to locate
I'm not
a
even
bomb
quite
and
sure
defuse
what
it.
the problem is, but this is an interesting angle with the wall being the closet being opened up for offering a long angle from the back of Astro by the globe potentially. But it also gives the attackers a nice angle which they can hold with their enhanced zoom scopes should they choose to do so. A wall you'd often see reinforced to deny these angles, but for the All-Star looking for an early fight, removes the drone and falls back. It's lovely. I think this is a lovely bit of roaming. You want to stay up, remove the drones, start starving out that drone economy, as people will often be a little bit careless when first driving their drone into a building. And that's where you can catch the free drones. But it's going to be Demeji pushing in solo on the Ash. The only player on MsG to change up his operator.
Ooh.
It's interesting, they're aware of the player downstairs, whether they caught them out on a cam or heard them walking. But it's the Montaigne in an early fight against the Jaeger in a 1v1, and where's his team? There's no one supporting him. He's been pinned up, and the Jaeger could vault up onto the cabinet here and get a nice little shot down if he knows that's how you can play it here. But he just wants to be aware of someone who might be coming up the corridor, and he's now aware of that corridor player doing a lot of damage, and that's going to be Sloomy falling. The Montaigne finally getting his kill back.
That was a very risky play
Bomb has
from
been
that Nomad. He was on the cam, and I don't think he shot the cam.
No, I don't think they're aware of a cam being there, and you could see the yellow pings coming out. The new ping 2.0 system, really making a lot of these intel-based defenders a lot stronger. We've seen the Wamai playing very aggressively on this Montaigne shot, almost using it in reverse, and it's going to pay off for him. He's doing a lot of damage onto the ace, who's now a little bit careful when peeking out, but that's going to be the Montaigne just crouch walking in, taking a little bit of damage for his troubles. Shark still holding this door. As the smokes come in, getting caught on the magnets, and the Ash of Demeji doing a lot of damage onto the mutant. Actually going to down but not out him. But he can't finish off his kill. It's going to be the Valkyrie and the Spring to take him down. The diffuser being set off behind the Montaigne shield. Will a Nitro rip come through? It's going to come in, but it's not quite in the right spot. Although Ace will come off the diffuse and it will be killed for it. The Bandit taking out the Ace, leaving the Montaigne in the 1 versus 5, and Sharp will recollect on the kill to the Montaigne, which managed to get a little bit of damage onto earlier, and he'll like to secure that one for himself.
I think if the Ace just kept holding, he could have planted. But I think he heard the pull of a Nitro and he got off.
Yeah, I think that Nitro wasn't going to land on him, but he was just worried it could. And you're in a 4 versus 3. I think you kind of just maybe it's a difficult one because there's always the thought of if you come off, you swing on the guy behind you, you take that kill. Like if he gets that bandit, he can bring it back to a 3v3. But then when the Ash dies and it opens it up, and the bandit comes on the flank, it's very difficult at that point. And then they're in a very difficult situation whether they get that plant down or not. Even in the 4v2 post plant, when you're surrounded by defenders, it's going to be difficult. You're not going to win every single one of those fights without some fantastic
Attackers need to locate
feat of
and defuse
inhuman
as many
performance.
bombs as they can.
I'm just a little bit confused because Mindset have basically been nowhere near winning a round.
Yeah, they've not got more than 2 kills. Sorry, not got more than 1 kill in the round.
What? Oh, he had the headgear on. Oh no.
10 seconds to go.
They get someone else to play the Maestro, and he doesn't have the right uniform
Attackers'
yet
objective is
again.
to locate a bomb and
For God's
defuse it.
sake.
Delta and Maestro headgears.
Like, I understand where teams are like, oh, you should use the fully uniforms and stuff. But then, why are like 2 of their players not even using those sets or anything? They're just using random sets. That's...
Well, it's credit to Delta. They've been pretty efficient at carrying out what the rules demand.
True.
And still winning the rounds.
Throwing magnet.
You'll notice this is the first time they're not bringing that Montaigne, deciding Maybe Spicy saying that he doesn't want to be left on an island as Montaigne. Maybe it's the team deciding that they can't quite pull off the pushes, but it's going to be on the Haban. He's going to try and find likely window, try and get open that wall.
Oh no. No. The hole that he made. No.
The hole he made killing himself has granted them the opening kill of the round if you disclude the team
A
kill.
bomb has been located.
But
Swapping back.
minute 20 down on the round. Well, Mai's still very comfortable on the main stairs. Jaeger isn't even being challenged on 90. Two areas where you'd look to formulate a push. Oh, lovely diamond skin on the ace though. Do rate the diamond skin. One smoke grenade coming up. He's not going to do anything to obscure the vision of the mine. He's going to do a lot of damage onto the ace. And he's actually going to find the kill onto Sloomy. That is the Nomad going down.
Reloading.
Leaving us in the 4 versus 2 in favor of MsG. Oh, looks like the Zofia is unaware of the player. Oh, nope, the bandit just gave shots away, but it's still going to win it out. It doesn't matter. Yakita wins these. Now it's Replicate in the 1 versus 4, but he will not be able to win it. He gets all stars though, so denies the flawless round. That is 1 kill on the round for MsG. Lovely impact nade to remove the air jab on top of the door, using the lantern to blow it up earlier. Very smart play, but still going to be a 5-0.
From looking at these teams, I don't think Villa was the smart choice for MsG.
Maybe. I feel like it's not the map, it's how they're playing off of each other as a team. For example, the reason why Clubhouse is one of those maps where it's defender-sided, but you see a lot of attacking teams do very well, at least, you know, put some good, like, substantial rounds on the board, is because there's a very set way of pushing the map.
Yeah.
People have that core understanding,
Attackers
even
need
in
to
ranked
locate
play.
and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Not that they always pick operators to allow them to do that. You know, that's another question of time, why people don't ever pick hard breach in my rank games, but the people have like core understanding of you want to take like garage, for example, and you want to try and put yourself in a way to get that plant down and hold the window.
Yeah.
Like, just very simple concept like these. Like Oregon, you want to hit the basement open, and then you want to deny the freezer player, and then you can plant.
10 seconds
When you
left.
when you bring it down to its simplest, and it looks like
5
MsG
seconds
just
remaining.
kind of don't have this like blueprint of how they want to start pushing out the defenders on this map.
Attackers must
Like
locate
you saw,
and
for
defuse the
example,
bomb.
in the second round, when they pushed back the bandit. No, the third round. Sorry. They pushed back the bandit. They pushed back the Mozzie from the top floor. But then they were at a disconnect whether they should be air jabbing themselves off so they can't be flanked, or whether they should be pushing more aggressively with the Montaigne to try and kill these roamers. So that, and it's when you have these sorts of situations where they're not being set up in the right way on the same goal to complete a similar task. But having said that, it'd be interesting to see how they can adapt and try and put 1 or maybe 2 attacking rounds on the board before they set up for their defense. And Young, just driving past each other. No, All-Star, don't kill your own drone. He didn't kill his own drone.
Oh, that would have been timing.
He's so very close to coming and getting Sloomy, but it's going to be Sloomy finding the opening kill. And this is a very different pace from MsG, and they're looking a lot faster, pushing aggressively. Spicy on that IQ with the G8 in hand.
Sensor activated.
All-Star waiting on that window. He knows that Ace is going to peek it. And Ace does in fact peek it. A lot of damage dealt. He's down to 5 HP. He's just going to make it out. Chill on the balcony. He has the fuser in hand and they don't want to lose it. But that is going to be the MsG, the sledge going down. And that's the primary way of opening the floor. IQ does have a breaching charges, but otherwise you're looking at Zofia's charges. And as I say that, that's the Nomad falling to
Bomb
the
located by
mine. Sharp
attackers.
picking up his first kill for the round. Well, IQ has found out the pulse, trying to shoot through the floor, but can't quite land any of these shots through the pillars. The nitrous are coming off, but not quite landing. Shots being traded back and forth through the floor. Sophia with a very close angle, nearly finding the wide, but he'll be able to back himself up and play a little bit safe. It's an interesting play to keep one of those walls soft. Just testing for magnets before removing that deployable shield. 4 versus 2 though, like, these are the rounds where they're just Delta's winning these random gunfights, putting themselves at strong advantages in the round. Oh, Shark coming very close to finding the ace. On 1 HP will die to literally a breath of the barrel of the bullet.
Attackers
Barrel of
dropped
the
the
gun.
diffuser.
And there we go. The shot from away as he slow peeks the door, not being punished by the ace. Sophia now having to squirm her way into sight. Through the rotate, finds the castle who's looking up in the air. A little bit of damage onto Y, but can't quite finish the kill.
15 seconds left.
As that is the Jaeger from upstairs dropping into sight. He saw the shoulder, but he didn't shoot. And there's one player behind the white table. He finds it first. He swings him. He secures it with the pistol.
What a clutch!
15 seconds on the clock. A 1 versus 4. And Anx does it, giving MsG their first win of the map.
Wow.
What a play.
Oh, this is not going to be an 8-0 today, ladies and gentlemen.
It will be an 8-1.
At least. Oh my god.
Oh my. MsG have no right in winning that. And is it Annex?
Thanks.
Anx? There we go. He's on fire. That was amazing. I thought he might choke when he looked at the shoulder of the wide, but didn't shoot. Fair play to him. Is that 5 kills for him now?
I think that's 5 in total. I think that was a 4K. 4K clutch.
Yeah, Sloomy secured the first kill of the round onto Young, I believe.
Wow. What a play.
15 seconds.
Defenders,
In a
protect your
1v4.
bombs from being defused by attackers.
Just waiting for this that round to go back on stream. What a round. My god. I was not expecting that at all. That was.
You're not supposed to expect those.
Yeah, I know, but
The
the expectation was, oh, it's another round for Delta. But then angst or anxiety. That's his full name. Anxiety.
Okay.
But
10 seconds to
suddenly, his brain just clicked.
5 seconds left.
He contained the essence of Bolo.
Attackers.
He hit the castle who
Seconds.
was looking up in the sky, holding the proximity alarm, I believe. Probably
Yeah.
moving it onto the when the proximity alarm, the floor is open, it will actually go off through the floor behind it. Which is like a really interesting thing that some people don't know, so they know. Learn something new every day. We see All-Star making his way onto the roam on the far side of the building like I did again, but this time on the other draw study. His drone coming to him, that jump giving it away, and he's going to find one drone, nearly pick up a second, but has to be careful of the player on rappel outside of the study balcony. Who actually isn't there, it's just Sloomy by himself, but they want to be too uncertain. I think Sloomy being here is probably a mistake. Being off by himself, nearly giving up a kill, but maybe if he sprays through the wall right now, doesn't quite do it. That would have been a lovely wall bang to see. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this closet, though. The little walk-in, as the Jaeger is still being droned out. We're seeing this little 1v1 go on, the little dance around the study. But as we transition to the other side of the map, that open wall in the closet, I think it's Yeti to maybe trying to hold it from long. This is a lot of time and nearly 2 drones being lost on this roam on the Jaeger. Flashbang coming out, and Jaeger knows he's being pushed now. He's pre-firing while stunned, and he's going to lose that. It's unfortunate, but nice roam clear. That's actually going to be the bandit falling to the ash as well, but that hole that was open last time is going to be used by the Valkyrie once again to perfect success, finding that ash, bringing it back to a 3 versus 4. Walk-in now being opened up by the ace, and there's where the wrong angle is, and so it's going to be interesting to see if that would have been better off as a little bit of a respite spot for the attacker to make the most advantage of in their downtime.
A bomb has been located.
Delta finding a second kill onto Spicy. I believe that was in the corridor just behind him. But now he's just watching that breach, holding a long angle onto the window, hoping that Ace will show his head. Lovely couple of shots coming down from the Zofia, but it's actually going to be the Zofia rotating through the staircase, going to be nearly shot by the mute at the top of the hatch, but now just going to wait. Another little dance we're getting here. Zofia's going to go back through the floor. Sloomy checking the wrong part of the deployable shield, and it's going to be Sharp picking up before quickly being refragged by the Ace in master bedroom. Isn't aware of the mute. It's going to try and swing onto him, but it's going to be the Zofia that should hopefully be able to clutch that one out, leaving it in 2v1 for Young, although the Ace is down, being picked up at the moment. Now, where the Nitro Cell just short. If that had gone a little bit higher, wanted throw, that would have been.
Oh!
But the shots, he's going to trade the Zofia for himself, but that will be another round for Mindset on the board.
Those 2 last rounds.
The one tap from
Wow.
Repel Key. So
Raffle key?
stop giving me difficult names.
I know, it's this league. Everyone's name is just suddenly hard.
I mean, most of these names aren't too bad.
True. There are a couple of guys on Royal Zen that are extra confusing.
Hmm. Yeah, they do have some interesting names.
Though the sides have swapped, so let's see how Mindset do on defense. I'm hoping they play it just as well as Delta did at the start.
Oh, the 6th pick from the Ash onto the Ash, the famed pick.
Attackers need to locate.
But it is nice to see the castle coming out. It'll be interesting to see what they choose to use as like the bumper. That's how castle is very effective. You know, you're forcing attackers down certain areas unless they want to invest in. And this is going to be a very interesting set play from MsG with the wall in the main site being opened, giving themselves that room. Sorry, that mobility through the master bedroom. This is cool. This is cool. However, I think it can still be seen from the master bedroom window. So could be interesting. I think. Oh, no, it can't. Okay, the pillar. Yeah, I was wondering
I
if the
believe
pillar,
this hold
the pillar was.
is the hold from Cyclops. I'm not sure.
It's one of the APAC teams that does this on a lot of sites, because they do something similar on Oregon, and I want to say also on, is it Cafe? But yeah, I think Cyclops it could be.
I'm just interested to see how Delta play this out.
It'd be interesting to see how they use this like extra little bit of space, like the extra pocket that they have inside of the master bedroom, and what they
Look
choose
how
to do with it.
interesting that is. They've opened the whole bathroom wall.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting way to solve bathroom, because normally you'd open the left-hand side one, just so that you can't be shot from the window through the middle panel if you need to use the full extent of the room. But it does give you the nicer like run path out. It's also the reason that teams often reinforce, not ban, the far right panel, is because you wanna deny that as a rotate into the bathroom, which is uncontested from any sightline you can hold from Astro. There's a safe path basically. Whereas the other two you can get from different angles on different sides of the door. But as I say that, Young putting a couple shots onto Axel, stuck inside the vault now.
Ooh.
As the IQ will cut off his other door, but it's a lovely swing from MsG on the Jaeger to find the gridlock before too many of those tracks can be expended. Now just IQ, stuck in Aviator, stuck in Games Room currently. The castle prone on the floor, but the lovely flick of All-Star finds a kick onto Spicy in the offside. With MsG falling back as he realizes his team is at the disadvantage. All-Stars with the triple kill in the round, going absolutely ham, finding that Jaeger. Couple shots onto the Yellow, who has the shotgun as he's going to jump out on the Ace. Find the second kill of the round for him, but can't quite land the shot with the pistol as we longed in from Delta, picking up the kill onto the Yellow inside of the closet for the last kill of the round. And that's going to be 6-2 in favor of Delta.
It was a valiant effort of the run out.
It's interesting, but it also opened up a lot of sightlines, which I think Ash was able to kind of abuse to get a lot of kills on people very quickly. Like you saw at the rapid pace.
Mute tanked like 30, I cry.
It's sad.
Oof.
Savage.
It's always sad esports when that happens.
Yes. The Mute tanked 30, which which in gamer language is code for I missed a lot of shots.
Probably. It's normally what happens on
That's
PC.
normally what it means. But saying they tank the shot is always easier.
True.
It's like everyone I ever shoot at just tanks all the bullets.
Or you hit a part of their
Defenders, protect your
clear
bombs from being defused by
model, but you don't
attackers.
hit their actual hitbox.
Yeah.
So blood comes off of them, but they don't actually hit damage, which
Yeah.
is kind
That
of
doesn't make sense. Yeah.
it does for like helmets and stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, because you used to have to like headshot people on the side of Jaegers like earmuffs. In like year 1 and year 2. I think it was only like year 2, season 2 that got changed.
That would be a good nerf, though, to be fair. If your
What, to
uniform
Jaeger?
counted as your hitbox.
Well, no, but it wasn't his uniform. It was like the headphones that they had in his helmet. You know, it was like a
Yeah.
helicopter helmet.
Yeah.
Which is like really dumb how that you could die from getting shot in the helmet where your head isn't even in it.
Attackers' objective is to locate
So
a
they
bomb.
like updated all the models so that it'd be like where your head is. But like I think helmets are the exception. And, like helmets are, but like side bits on helmets are still would kill you. All-Star looking to go for another crazy Ash round. Is Spicy by himself. No deployable shield at the top of the stairs. So you have to rely on that wooden chest. Oh no, there was 2
Oh, wait.
deployable shields. No,
It's the angle.
there isn't 1 deployable shield. There's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just throwing you guys off. Sloomy back on that. Is it the FO12?
Yeah.
Yeah, FO12.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm a wizard.
Scanning. Stay sharp.
I didn't realize the gun's name was in the bottom right corner, but
A
I'm gonna
bomb
stop.
has been located.
You're a gamer wizard.
I'm a gamer wizard. Yeah. Level 60 R6 trivia master.
They've left a part of the wall open.
Yeah, so this is so that the Maestro can use the Maestro camera that he has on the table in study. You can get a nice angle, and you can also use it if the teammate gives him information. You can use it to swing on people as they push through the door. Gives an extra angle for the attackers to worry about, but it's a lovely... Is that a drone that has been hidden inside of the cabinet? Might be. But I think they're aware of the Valkyrie,
what?
and there we go. And as I say that, the Valkyrie is going to be taken out by a quick push from the Ash. As the Goyo is able to find
Holy moly.
Longdon, but in exchange, I think Longdon and Angst actually traded themselves, but it's going to be Sharp getting injured and quickly picked up on the
Attackers have dropped the
staircase.
bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Slowly falling back to sight now.
Those are very fast set of kills.
Yeah, it was 3 people dying within like, the same second. I mean, 2 of them traded with each other, so that's impressive for a start. The whole wall is now being opened up from study into Aviator. Giving the Maestro in a little bit of a predicament, but a lovely swing from the Jaeger on 90 corners going to remove All-Star. Fantastic player who's been going absolutely hammering a couple of these rounds, especially the last attack round where he picked himself up a triple kill. There's me Young very quickly pushing up now. The Maestro, he knows he's there on the door, as is the Ella, holding that angle as well. A lot of damage dealt onto the Maestro, and it's actually going to be the Gridlock in the doorway that's able to pick up the first kill, but Sloomy will trade it out. Now holding it from Longo on the door, holding it from landing with the pistol. It's going to be Yeti Eater holding the angle while Sharp pushes in deep, and now they're setting up inside for a plant. A 2 versus 2. The FO12 is going to excel in these short-range
Attackers are
engagements.
activating the bomb diffuser.
But it's quickly going to be a 2 versus 2 as the plant goes down. It's actually going to be Demeji picking it up, leaving it in a
Attackers need to protect the
2v1.
diffuser.
The 1v1 is Yeti
Compromised.
Eater finds the first kill, using this hole in the wall to try and catch the Ella. Spotted the Ella, but couldn't quite get the last frag. And it's actually going to be a swing through Vault with the pistol that actually secures the round win for Delta. MsG. Going to use up a little bit of the time on the plant. Kind of hope the Glory Shield kills him now.
Oh no, if that happened, that would be
It'd be so
Defenders
funny.
disabled the diffuser.
yeah, I'd be
It's
laughing.
like who was it where they won like a 1v3 clutch on Consulate and then didn't see the Claymore when they went to defuse the bomb. Ooh, that's
Ooh.
yeah. But well played to MsG, who were able to pull out the win in that 2 versus 2 post plant situation. The FO12 doing bits in that round. Love to see shotguns excelling.
little bit
Ooh,
of
the castle coming back out again. So-
toxic. Well, yeah, a little bit of toxicity with a teabag.
Ah, T-Bag's banned, isn't it?
Especially when your team's losing.
Yeah, it's just funny. Because you just go like, oh yeah, nice one, mate. Nice one. You want a round. Win 5 more. You know?
Exactly.
Like,
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
and
defused by attackers.
who knows, maybe we'll see Sloomy bring out 5 more teabags for the club. But they're gonna go back
Interesting.
to the same setup, which didn't work for them last time. But you know, it's nice to see that they're sticking with their guns. They're going with what they feel is comfortable for them. And the FO12 going to be wonderful in setting up the closet this time. So they're going to be grabbing those reinforcements on the side again. Yep, there we go.
I guess it is smart to use the shotgun.
10 seconds left.
Quite good for destruction.
Yeah, not as good as OG Alda, not Alda, ACS 12.
True.
I actually miss OG
Attackers are moving out to
ACS 12.
locate a bomb and defuse it.
90 bullets of basically explosive rounds.
Yeah, it's so fun. You see the lone Yeti Yeeter running up. Gonna get himself situated on the balcony and start droning his team in a bit. As any good hard breacher should do.
Drones up and running.
Just spraying through these walls. They're not reinforced, which I think is a little bit surprising considering you're running this sort of roam. He just kept the swing. That's a lovely shot. I believe they must have had some sort of drone intel, but that's why I feel like if you're gonna set up the sort of roam, you want to invest some sort of reinforcements in keeping your players alive a little bit longer. The castle nearly getting picked out by the G8 as he pulls back. He's been droned, and that's going to be the Ash inside of the corridor all-star going to find
Attackers have located a
that
bomb.
opening with the second pick of the round, putting themselves in a 5 versus 3 very early on. 2 minutes still in the round now.
I'm out.
2 minutes for Delta to figure out a way to open up the site with only 3 members and a lot of the site already being open. They know the Elazon statue from the way that Young is positioning his crosshair currently. He's just going to wait. Maybe he doesn't.
Time to make a new door.
Pepe Loff, he doesn't know, question mark. Swings into the Ella. The FO12 is not going to be able to pull it out, and that's going to be Young. That's fantastic.
Drop the diffuser.
Second take, but it's going to be
Attackers
directly
recovered the
taking
bomb
that
diffuser.
one. A Spicy picks up All-Star with the SMG-12 with the SMG-11 in the close range. Womai needs to reload, and it's going to be 2 players situated inside of Closet. The last IQ inside of Statue. They hear the plant being ripped, and the Ace is holding that long angle, and Habana's got the other one. So this is going to be a very nice position, and the shot nearly coming onto Womai's head. The plant goes down, but Spicy will find the IQ afterwards. They should be aware of where they are, and if they weren't, they will be now. The flashbang coming out to try and stall out that time on the diffuser, just slow down Spicy from being able to end this round. 28 seconds on the clock, 7 of that are needed for the defuse.
Pepe
And Slippery going down.
My god.
Oh, a little bit of damage being dealt onto the long in on the Habana, but he's going to rotate through Astro to try and find that second angle as he's pushing the Ace. And both shots will come in at the same time, crisscrossing through the Womai's, through the Mute's head, but it will be Yeti Eater with the AK-12 finding that last kill.
Ever since that FO12 nerf, I suppose maybe it's not a good idea.
Starlex hates shotguns. Okay.
I don't hate shotguns.
Yep. Yeah, I think the Scorpion is probably preferable unless you're situating the Ella in a way where you know you're gonna get that guaranteed value out of the close range punch from the FO12. But the Malusi coming out now. I don't actually know what Malusi's gadgets are called, so I'm gonna Google it quickly to seem professional.
Microwaves?
Well, I was just called them Wob-Wobs. But according to the Ubisoft
Attackers need to
website,
locate and defuse
it
bombs.
is in fact called the Banshee. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, that's the one. Banshee.bsp.
I think it's just called the Banshee Sonic Disruptor or something. Is Banshee Sonic something? Okay, but let's see how the hold of the fireplace. The fireplace? Why am I saying fireplace dining? Dining kitchen.
It's another interesting hole.
Activating jammer.
10 seconds left.
They are really interesting. I like the footholds. I think that gives them a nice
5
bit of
seconds
potential.
remaining.
And footholds are always beneficial to whoever has the longest angle on them.
Attackers
And see further through. So you have that space right up to the sofa to hold towards that door. And also the rotate that is often made there. The barricade in the door, so it's going to be the rotate. And, you know, you can get a nice angle onto anyone that tries to like sneak into the rotate if anyone's playing there. You've got the wall bob in the doorway. China, just to slow them down.
Nobody's playing around bedroom.
DiMaggio on the 90, but it looks like they might be trying to play more of a retake on the top floor. Which is definitely something. Vigil. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for these drones to spot out. He actually misses the drone and didn't have his gadget active. And he's just going to fall back. Doesn't want to lose his life too early on. Surrendering that top floor control to Delta. To be the
Bomb
gridlock
located
tracks
by
being
attackers.
set up now on Astro Staircase. Which I don't think there's anything wrong with this.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Mag.
All-Stars just casually walking through the map.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no one contesting you, you might as well.
Wow. I suppose.
It's going to be the track set up on the other side of the stairs now. It's gonna be, interesting to see how
Attackers
this
have located a bomb.
restricted push from MsG is going to play out.
Tag set. Changing mags.
DiMaggio now is coming across these tracks, which earlier he wouldn't have had to deal with. But he can either shoot them out, which will make a lot of noise, or walk over them and hope they make not so much noise. But that's the mute nearly being found by Havana, long down the from above, nearly taking it back together. You don't want to lose it in an uncomfortable situation. And they're just going to keep opening up above. That's going to be prep key. The Jaeger falling at the hand of also on the Ash, doing even more damage in the round. All of these angles from upstairs are just completely shutting down the defenders wherever they try to move, but that's a lovely shot up onto Sharp, getting a lot of damage back onto him. Valkyrie just hiding out in Memorial. But the Jaeger's been able to come up, and that's a quick double kill for DiMaggio.
Diego? You mean Vigil?
Yep, there's Vigil. Jaeger's dead. And that's also the diffuser in possession of Vigil now, but that's going to be a quick crossfire from Ace, Ash, and Havana coming out very nicely. And another shot nearly killing the Wamai. Not the Wamai, the Malusi, but the Malusi will fall very quickly to the Muse lock of the Ash.
It's all down to Vigil now.
2 versus 1. He opened up the round for the
15
potential
seconds
win
left.
by getting that double kill in the first place. Now after seeing whether he can
10 seconds to go.
secure this win. Oh, lovely! The last bullet of the pre-fire, but he turns around at just the wrong second, and All-Star will close out the round.
If he just sat in the closet, he might have actually been able to win. No. No. Oh, that was so close.
That's devastating. So close to securing the 1 versus essentially a solo carry of the round, really. 17 kills for All Stars and 13 for Young. That's an incredible amount of kills to be put on the board in only 12 rounds, but
that would have been excellent to see. If only he knew. Oh no.
it's so sad as well because he swung out to try and deny like an Astro rotate from the Ash. But if he had maybe tried to just hold his ground a little bit and just play for maybe Ash will grab the diffuser and run down for a plant. Don't know. It's unfortunate. You're not supposed to win those, but that's so close MsG players to bring 2 rounds. I mean, I think highlight of the game goes to Anks with the 1v4 Zofia clutch, and it's just a shame they couldn't get more rounds on the board. But if you have to be honest, Delta played better in the game. You can't take it away from them. They were the better team. They deserved the win. And they got their win very convincingly. 8-3. It's going to be lovely for their round differential. Now we'll put them top of the table. So only
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
teams able to dismount them.
It does put them at the top of the table. That's very correct. Wow. I was not expecting that today. Let's just say that.
I mean, I thought this game could be closer considering they're right next to each other in the standings, but Delta now also have the second highest round differential in the league. Positive 9 rounds. But
I believe that's right. Yeah. No, second. +9.
Pardon?
Put second, yeah. Puts them below.
well, no, but they have 7
Shows.
points now, right?
They have 7 points in the actual table, but in
Round differential.
round differential they're second.
Yeah, they are second just behind Lucid still, who have 10. I mean, they're only dropping 6 rounds in 2 games. It's pretty impressive. So. I mean, they've. Yeah, I mean, it's just. No.
That moves mindset to
Okay,
sixth. Oh god.
Will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they come back from this. I think the
Yeah.
Montaigne pushes are not like they had really nice ideas, and that's the thing you got to remember. You got to keep in mind that it's not a sprint to a certain number of points. It's at the end of 2 rounds, how you can do.
Yeah.
And I think they brought a lot of innovation, and there's a lot of interesting things being brought to play. They just couldn't quite close out the game on them. They couldn't close out the round. But when they get that experience playing together, and when they start to be able to find their way of playing things, and I think that's what I really like seeing actually. So they had their own interpretation of what is good. Maybe not what's good, but what they wanted to play. And you see a lot of teams who will just kind of do the standard thing and just try and do it well. That's a winning strategy. Doing the good thing good. But trying to bring some extra spice and try to do something unique with a higher with a much lower floor, it could fail. And we did see the defense of MsG on some of these more interesting setups in the master bedroom, for example, fail. They did fail. But they also nearly made them work. And that's what's really cool to see. It came down to a 1v2 it came down to a 2v2 post-plant situation when they were defending their top 4 on the second time. If you can bring these sort of unorthodox strategies and nearly pull them off, with just a little bit more, they could really start to be the unknown factor in the league. They're the dark horse that everyone wants to see do something cool and interesting.
Yeah.
They just need to get a little bit of that coordination down on their attacks. Things like the Montaigne push couldn't quite make work. But Delta on the other side seemed in sync. They were droning in their play as well. They were finding these opening picks consistently on attack and defense. The information game was on point. Almost a flawless performance from Delta. You can't really fault them too much. The only thing you can really take from them is the Vigil snuck up on them. And that's unfortunate. And the 1v4s I fear. Oh, the 1v4s I fear clutch.
That was
with
insane.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
15 seconds. But obviously, to clutch a round, it takes you to excel and your enemies to fail.
Yeah.
And what happened was that they weren't all on board and they were caught with their pants down. The castle was trying to throw its proximity alarm, which is a nice idea to try and get that location out. But, it's unfortunate that Zofia swung when she did, and he wasn't quite ready for it. The Jaeger was caught out trying to peek from over the table. The Mai was caught out holding the angle on the Zofia, and the peekers, like, call it peeker's advantage, call it what you want. It was a nice swing from Zofia to find that kill. And the last kill, the Pulse, they weren't holding the same angle together. And that was the problem there. But otherwise, very strong performance.
Villa. What a map.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen Delta Plan Villa yet, but we
There
might
not been,
have.
there must have been a Villa game. I mean, there was Oregon all of first day, right?
Yeah.
And then Playday 2 was a... Oh, yeah, there was Playday 2, 7 Senses Valhalla. Playday, I believe.
That doesn't count though, because it's neither Delta nor Mindset.
Oh, those two teams haven't played it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mindset played 2 Oregons, and then Delta played an Oregon in the clubhouse. No. Yeah, that's right. I think that's right, at least. That sounds right to me.
I think so. I believe.
Because they lost to Iconics. Yeah, they lost to Iconics. Oh no, sorry, they beat Iconics 8-2 in clubhouse. So after a slow start, I say a slow start, they took Vespa to overtime. Vespa, who have looked very strong.
Yeah. Vespa are playing after this break.
Wonderful.
Wonderful indeed. Like, that game starts in 33 minutes.
Cool, so it'll be Vespa against 7 Senses.
Yeah. So, we're gonna go for a break for about 10 minutes, then we'll be back.